Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm making a video today. And I've got a lot to talk about because I haven't been making many videos over the last few weeks. But there's been a lot going on, so I'm just going to start spitting out everything that's been going on, and then you're just going to listen to it. At least until you push stop. Okay, so I'm going to tell you everything that I've come to be aware of over the last month. This is all energetic stuff, and then sort of identity changing sort of things too. So, okay, we all have a life purpose, right? And we all are wondering, well, what is our life purpose? What have we come here to accomplish? What is the most profound thing that I can give back to the world? And usually it is something like, I don't know, I'm a computer programmer, or I ring up groceries at the store, or I am a server at a restaurant, or whatever practical job that we all have, you know what I mean? We all have this practical identity that is what we have grown into in this lifetime, right? So I too have very practical identity, and so I'm a sales assistant, and that is my practical identity. But then I also have this alternate identity that has been molding. See this hands? Molding. That's what it's been doing. It's been molding for many years of my life. And my life has not I'm not like a big fan of talking about the past anymore, because life isn't about the past now. It's about what we are creating today and what we are creating in the future, which is something totally new, totally revamping the old system and turning into something different. And what I'm honestly going to tell you is that what happens in the next couple years, you're not even going to understand why in the world do we live in this world that we've created today, because it's going to be so odd when we think back, like let's say it's 2019 now. 2019 is like this unknown year for me, because I've been exploring what is the meaning of 2016, 2017, 2018, but I have not gotten to 2019, because what is going to happen over the next couple years is going to be pretty intense and hardcore, and it's been undeniable. The energy has been really loud and undeniable, and so I'm going to be really loud and undeniable in what I'm going to share with you. All of this stuff connects, okay? So just follow me here and you will get it. So let me remember where I left off. Okay, so we have this practical identity, right? And then, but it's sort of like our hearts are beating, and we have this practical identity, but there's not like that ultimate awesome fulfillment. And what gives us the ultimate awesome fulfillment is actually touching each other's lives and feeling like we're making a difference, feeling like we have a monumental reason for living, and whatever practical thing we're doing is not really making us feel like, wow, I'm a superhero, I'm changing the world today, you know? So we're always sort of left wondering, what is the purpose of life, and how do I make life so much more thrilling, like more of a thrill ride and more meaningful. So okay, that's part of my message. So all these years of my life have been very challenging, because I've suffered from depression for a really long time. This happy person, this awesome, ecstatic, hyperactive. I am a hyperactive person. Actually suffered from depression for 20 years. But I was still happy even then too. But I was learning. About about my. How do you develop in a world that insists on smashing you? You know, smashes all of us. It inspires us to think that we are the glass that is not, that we are half empty. You know, we are the glass that is half empty. We can never tell ourselves that we are so much awesomer than we actually insist we must believe we are, you know? The mind, like for instance, this is something I think about, like somebody who's anorexic, they can't become skinny enough, and the mind actually manipulates them into seeing themselves as not skinny enough, not good enough, not the glass is half full, and so now they have this horrible disease that they cannot get into the glass is half full compartment. The mind wants to do that to you. It wants to insist you are not half full, you know. So here I am. My suffering was all mental, and all sort of in the observation of what is society. How do people relate to each other? How do people relate to me? Not really understanding how I fit in, because I never really fit in, you know. That's why I'm abnormal. I'm abnormal, right? And so and so, so that was my challenge. We all have these like glasses half empty challenges that prevent us from being our super selves, right? Well, in February, so I've been like super busy because, you know, I'm a normal person too, and I have kids, and I do normal people things. But then I have this like hobby, you know, my spiritual videos and website and all that stuff is my hobby, but it can remain my hobby because it is not that this is what I give to humanity to help the world. And how am I helping the world by not doing this full time? You know what I mean? So I had to find a means to actually showcase who and what I am. So this is also part of the video. Are you following me? So, okay, so February, I came to meeting a couple of very special people, where I had some very unique healing experiences, healing for them and then healing for myself even, which also amounted into something really spectacular that happened, which was a discovery. Because I'm always on a quest to comprehend my spiritual identity. I'm like constantly in here, and then sensory abilities, sensing everything, and then talking to spirit world, and basically talking to invisible people in here, because I can't talk to myself all day like in public. I only do that in private. But that's what being intuitive and psychic and all that is talking to yourself, your invisible people that talk back to you, you know what I mean? Like, you keep that stuff to yourself because that's not sane. But then if you like label it psychic, now suddenly that's okay, that's acceptable. I will get to the point of this. There's so many things that have been going on. I'm like trying to get to the point of this. I'm like trying to like share big news, okay? And it's coming in the form of a lot. And I'm like trying to barf it all out at you. So I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so I had this discovery, which is amounted in the soul rebirth journey that I now accomplish. It's hardcore. I mean, this isn't easy. This isn't like, this is my special spiritual gift. This is what my soul has been training to do for 20 years. This is like the whole reason for all of that depression and then suicide for 20 years, like wanting to die for 20 years. I managed to survive wanting to die for 20 years. Like, that's pretty serious. But all that time I was talking to a spirit world and not understanding this world, you know, but I live in it, I can't leave it, and I'm here, you know, so what do I do, you know? I totally experienced what is dark expressions. My friends were not very nice to me in the spirit realm because they were pushing me to become stronger and override the glasses half empty experience. If people start talking about evil spirits as being good things, now suddenly we're all freaking out because that doesn't make sense. Evil spirits are only evil because they are teaching you how to override and actually choose to see with a different perspective, all right? We all teach each other to see with a different perspective. I'm just one little piece of a puzzle that's going to help you see from a different perspective, my special perspective, and then you can teach me in ways, then that is your special perspective. We need every piece of the puzzle. Can't have like a complete puzzle if you're missing one piece. Now suddenly you don't have a complete puzzle. It stinks. You don't want to miss a piece. So I need you, you need me, we need everybody on this planet to make a difference, okay? So this unique piece that I give is the rebirth of soul. This was a huge discovery in February, which I started doing then in March. I've been doing quite a few of these, which are very profound. They take a great deal of focus time, and I actually, because of all of this time exploring dark realms in my depressive state, now I have finally come to, as of February, like the end of February, I've transformed. My soul literally was reborn, and now I've been able to rebirth other souls. That's like the gift that my soul has chosen to provide through this experience through my life. And so now that is like the biggest thing that I do. Is this discovery, okay? So self-discovery. Am I a sales assistant or do I rebirth souls? What am I? You know what I mean? So how do I want to showcase who I am? So I've been trying to figure out, well, what is my identity and how do I become what I am meant to be, you know what I mean? So being in sort of an identity that is a concrete thing that makes sense in this world is what I've always known, you know? So how do I go into realms of the unknown? It's the funniest thing, because the unknown realms are like the realms that I've known far longer than any concrete realms that you know, would be sales assistant realms. So so I like I have to go into the I really am what I am, and I really can do this thing and give this gift to others. So glass now is becoming half full. You see what I mean? How do you make your glass half full? You have to actually choose to see yourself for who and what you are, which is amazing, spectacular, awesome, way better than your brain is going to tell you. So I'm trying to spit out more. I'm like getting exhausted from telling you all of this. So so the soul rebirth thing is hardcore, right? It takes 3 to 4 hours of focus, and you get like a humongous email of my experience, which is also going to read creatively, but it's going to share like all kinds of insight. You're going to be reading it for a long time, and you're also going to feel like totally like the gong that is you just got banged, and you're like, whoa, you know, I'm not sure who I am now, but I like it. And then that is like a huge energy download that takes place. Literally, what is your soul now actually being given the gift of what is complete rebirth of expression. So this super rebirth, which that is going on the planet Earth, is like the human cycle that is rebirthing itself into a new expression, human awakening, right? And so now we also have these spiritual incarnation cycles too that are born and then rebirthing as well. So here I am able to process this gift of literally allowing your soul to complete now its huge incarnation cycle. So it cleans the slate, and now your soul is ready to start a whole new hardcore incarnation cycle. And so now you're free. Like you have this like light and airy freedom from attachments, which is the buildup, which is literally the cause of buildup from like lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes of challenge, right? And then this challenge, it never goes away. It's always, nothing gets deleted out of the computer of the infinite spiritual universe or physical universe or whatever. Everything stays. Like you can't delete that. It's like a massive like program. Like it's a massive thing. It won't delete. Okay. So even after you're reborn, there is nothing of your past that is ever forgotten. You're so respected and loved and adored for everything your soul has experienced. But now it doesn't have attachments, that heavy weight. So now your soul can be free to explore itself in new ways. What does your soul want to be? What does your soul want to experience now? And so that's this like huge gift that I've discovered that I do. And so on top of this, like, you know, identity searching. And this isn't just about me. This is about you. I'm pointing at you, okay? This is about you too. We're all dealing with this like hardcore energy that is making us wonder and think and try to make sense more of ourselves and our identity and the planet and human beings and who are we? And we're honestly feeling frazzled. We're feeling heavy. We're feeling confused. We're feeling, it's like that new moon in March, somewhere around like I don't know, like March 10th or something like that. That is when we got smashed. It is like the smashing feeling that helps us see with different eyes and helps us align with something new. So thank goodness I'm sort of aligning with my identity, so I'm not feeling the smashy effect as badly as other people, because I'm actually riding the wave. Like, I'm the surfer and I'm riding the wave. And there's other surfers trying to ride the wave, and we're getting crushed and crumbled, and we're jumbling around, and we're trying to stand on our board, and we're not making it happen. But that's okay. That is self-discovery. That is the surfer that is in self-discovery of his gifts that are making him feel half full. So now he can ride the wave awesomely, right? So that is why like my video making has gone like from like super huge to like being like not much at all.